Good evening, everyone. Welcome to our weekly market analysis session. This analysis is for week 34 of 2025. It's the third week of the month of August. The dollar index weekly time frame is what is shown on your screen. We had a bearish week last week. I anticipated a bullish one. We finally ended bearishly. Now, if you go to daily time frame, you see the level I showed us last week. I wanted it to go down before it goes up. Now, what it did was it went up before it came down. So let's look at it on daily time frame. So on daily time frame, we were here when I did that analysis. I told us that because of these equal lows here, this particular candle and this candle, these are relatively equal lows. I expect it to go lower to sweep the lows. Now on Monday, we had a movement to the upside. There was no high impact news on Monday. In fact, we had some form of like a holiday kind of thing, bank holiday, but we still had this kind of volatility. That's what trading is. That's what we see in trading. There is no consistency. Okay. So we had this movement to the upside, traded into this FVG, playing this high, and then it retraced down. When I saw this, I knew that we were going to go lower. So we went lower on Tuesday, sweeping these lows, but it was not really very strong. If you go to 4 hours time frame, you see another movement that could potentially go to the downside. And this was that Tuesday movement that swept the lows, but this was not a convincing low, but we had another FVG here. So we had the Wednesday trade. We had traded into that level on Wednesday, and I felt okay, we're ready to go higher. Thursday, we had that movement up, and I was retracing again down into Friday. At this point, I must be very honest and sincere with you. I don't know what the market wants to do. All right. At this point, we could decide to just chop around, consolidate here inside that 4 hours and daily FVG there. It could just consolidate there. But gone to my neck, I expect price to go higher. Okay. But where it is at the moment, it could either go up or go down. So I am not really certain 100% as to what it wants to do. It has swept the lows and it gave that movement, the reversal movement on Thursday. We were supposed to see a follow through on that Thursday, but we declined again on Friday and it wasn't good. So at this moment, I don't know what to do. I'll just sit on the sideline to watch and see what the market. We have inversion FVG here, inside here, we have this FVG here. That is where the price is at the moment. Let me show us what I mean. We have this FVG here. This one here. And this one. So you can see how price has respected the inversion FVG. Here, one feed it completely rejected. We had this one here last week of July, tapped into it again. Then first week of August, we went higher a bit. Then last week we traded back, taking our previous week's low, dipped inside the 4 hours FVG, now retrading back into this inversion FVG, and then we had a close above it. So as long as it respects this inversion FVG, if it respects it and there's no close below the inversion FVG, then we'll go higher. But if we see a close below this inversion FVG, then we'll just, I think we'll want to retest the rejection block again. Okay, so that's what I'm seeing here. Other than that, nothing here stands out. Okay. Daily time frame. The FVG has been completely filled. Traded back to, there's a small inversion FVG at this low of this candle and the high of this candle. That's actually where all these prices are traded in. Now this, obviously, it's equal lows. and it's really close to it. So we could see a sweep below these lows and then a rally higher. Body shouldn't close below it. It could still dip inside the inversion average and then rally higher. That can be expected. But anything that goes below these two lines I've put, then it's not good. It's no more good. It's no more good. So let's watch and see how it plays out. Okay. On 4 hours time frame, we have this high here, the low here, discount level to premium level here. You can see that we're around the 79% retracement. So it's just stalling around there. So it could wick through, take out these equal lows, and then rally higher. I should expect to see that, okay? I should expect to see that. But anything that makes it go lower, below this line here, this particular line here, where the inversion AVG is on weekly time frame, then we're going to be attacking these lows, okay? As long as it stays inside this range here, then we are good. So that is what I am looking at. As long as it stays inside this range, then we are good. Takes out these lows and then rally up. That would be what I'll be expecting. Anything short of that, then I'm not interested in going long on the dollar. All right. So that's it for the dollar index. Let's go to Euro USD. Weekly time frame on Euro USD. So we had the move. Okay, this was last week. We saw it went high because obviously dollar was bearish, so this had to go higher. All right. There's nothing here that is significant or that is noteworthy. Okay, there is nothing at all. Apart from the fact that there's this inversion average here, the high of this candle and the low of this candle here. Price is essentially inside that range. So we want to see a movement higher on the dollar to confirm a lower movement on this. Otherwise, it could be trading higher. It can actually do that, right? But it's just waiting for what the dollar is going to do to set the tone for the next movement of this. Now, so far it's been trading inside this average here, this CB here. It's been trading inside this CB. Can you see that the body is respecting the CB? Inside the CB. I want to see it go lower. Okay? Anything that takes it higher, it means that dollar wants to, trade lower. Okay? But I'm of the opinion that it's go lower. Market can do whatever it wants to do. I'm still hoping and holding the idea of market reversing for a short. We have these lows and these lows are equal. If you go to GBP USD, you see why I want it to actually go lower rather than dollar to go higher. You see this low and these lows. Can you see that they're relatively equal? And usually we don't see things like this, in the market for a long time. Okay. So this movement, this for me, it's rather about overbought. It could pierce higher, take out this high very, very significantly, and then retrace lower. So something like this. I have this candle here to the low of this one here. So we're still inside a premium, okay? So we could poke higher, take out this high significantly, okay? Trade to this bearish order block, and then give up the ghost. That could be expected, all right? We have like taking out this high, and then it will lure traders to think they want to go bullishly, whereas they just want to sweep this high, take the liquidity resting above this high, and then go lower. That's what I'm expecting because we have full of liquidity resting below these lows. We have the FVG here, we have volume imbalance, we have this low here. So I'm of the opinion that I want it to go lower, but it's still on the premise that dollar will go higher. If dollar doesn't go higher, then this is going to give room for this to, scream higher and take out this high. So let's see how it goes. So this is GBP US, and now back to Euro USD. So as long as we are inside this FBG, this CB, then it could consolidate here and then go lower, all right? I don't want to see this high, particularly I don't want to see this high violated. Anything that violates this high, we're going to run this high. All right, as long as it stays inside this FVG, you're good to go. Okay, and then takes it lower to take out this high and then trade into this area. So let's see how next week pans out for all right, this new trading week. Let's see how it pans out for the dollar index. Okay, this is 4 hours time frame. It could take out this high, that's fine. As long as it stay within this, we have a bearish order block here. So as it's within this level, inside this resistance zone, then that's fine. We'll take out this high and still go lower. That's it. That's it. Let's go to the same thing here. Clear this high here and then go lower. AUD USD weekly time frame. What do we have? Massive consolidation, nothing significant, because dollar has not really gone, bullish. So this is just consolidating here. Okay. So nothing really significant. Let's look at daily time frame. Anything that is noteworthy? Okay. For this, I think we are ready to go lower. This high should not be violated. Yes, for AUD USD, what I'm seeing right here now, it shows that AUD USD is trying to go lower. And look at it, we have swing high to swing low that's traded to 70.5% retracement. And we see this impulsive movement on Thursday, all right, gives the structure a bearish structure. So I want to see it could poke above Friday's high, still within this bearish order block, and then I want to see go lower. All right, this could happen. Well, this high should not be violated. Ultimately, that's what I'm looking at. For this to remain bearish, then this Thursday's high shouldn't be violated. On 4 hours time frame, the 4 hours time frame, this is that Thursday's high. Okay, we have it as Wednesday. That's Wednesday. This I'm using New York time. So this 4 hours, this is Thursday's high. Now this Thursday's high, we've traded up to this level. We've broken below this low. That's break of structure, created equal lows. So we could rally up inside this FVG, respecting this bearish order block, like taking out Friday's high. We could do that and then trade lower. Trade, in fact, it doesn't even need to trade to this FVG. I think this breaker block here is essential for it to trade up to it and then go lower, take out these equal lows and attack these lows as well. So I'll be looking out for any trade up to this bearish order block, or rather bearish breaker block for a sell. But this high shouldn't be violated. I don't want to see anything above this high. NZD-USD, I think it's the same thing. It's the same thing. Weekly time frame, yes, as shown I wants to go lower, respected this bearish order block on weekly time frame. Daily time frame, let's see what we have. Daily time frame, we have the Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, then Friday. So we had a divergence between AUD/USD and NZD/USD. AUD/USD, let's see, this thing good. AUD/USD, we had a higher high on Thursday, but NZD/USD, we had a lower high on Thursday. Just yeah, so a lower high on Thursday. So Wednesday went higher than Thursday. So there was a crack in correlation. There was divergence between these correlated pairs, the NZD/USD and the AUD/USD. They are correlated pairs. So AUD/USD made a higher high on Thursday, while NZD/USD made a lower high on Thursday. So that was a divergence, and we broke lower. So want to see it continuously go lower. 4 hours time frame. Let's see what we have. So this is 4 hours time frame. This high should not be violated. Okay. Want to see it consolidated. This is the breaker block here. It could test this breaker block as well. We trade up to here, taking out Friday's high. We trade up to here, and then could trade up to here, take out this high, trade up to this breaker block here, and then go lower. And take on 1 hour time frame, there's a bearish order block here. Let's see. 1 hour time frame. Let's see. Yeah, this bearish order block here. So we could trade up to this level and then go low, but this high should not be violated. Let's go to USD CAD. Weekly time frame, that it showed us a bullish movement whilst dollar went lower, closed bearish. USD CAD actually closed bullish. So you can see the cracking correlation, signifying that dollar-based pairs want to rally. Okay, so let's see how it goes. Daily time frame, what do we have? Looking at it, it looks like a consolidated week because it was only Thursday. I think we had PPI on Thursday. That was the only day we had that movement to the upside. And the biggest candle for the week was on Thursday. Other than that, every other day of the week last week was really had very small volatility for USD CAD. I want to see this thing go higher. I think it has respected this bullish order block enough on several days. So I want to see it go higher. 4 hours time frame, what do we have? Okay, 4 hours time frame, it has respected the bullish order block here and broke higher again one more time, came in, tested this high, and we're seeing it go high. It could take out this low and still be bullish. Okay, it could take out this low and still be bullish. All right. Ultimately, I want to see if it has willingness to take out this high. USD JPY weekly time frame consolidation, nothing significant. Daily time frame, same thing, same thing. I still feel it could take out this low. We'll test this FVG here before it goes higher. That's what I still feel for USD CHF, USD JPY. I beg your pardon. For USD CHF, we didn't really see what I was expecting last week. I wanted the movement upside. Well, it didn't really give us that. So it's still consolidated as USD JPY also did. So it could take out these equal lows here, test this FVG here, still respecting this support zone at the order block before it rallies higher. They are all waiting for dollar index to actually make significant move to the upside. Our indices, we had a movement to the upside last week. This was Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. So it was bullish last week, created a new high last week. I think that's happened across all the indices. Yes, we saw that on NASDAQ and also US 30 finally took out the equal highs out. I told us several weeks and months ago, finally went out. So on US 30, we have this small FVG that I can tap into and still go higher. I still feel that this is not the high. This is not the high for US 30. It's still going to go higher than that. We're not done with our bullish movement for the indices, okay? And then gold, we can see that what happened between gold and dollar index. Dollar index closed bearishly last week and gold also closed bearishly. That's the cracking correlation. I think dollar index as gold has shown us that it's time for it to go bearish. Let's see weekly time frame. Yes, so it's time for it to go bearish because for dollar to go bearish last week, we expected that gold would go bullish, but it didn't do that. It traded in sync with the dollar index, so that's not what we wanted. So for that reason, I expect that dollar index is going to rally this week, while gold is going to heavily decline. 4 hours time frame. Let's see what happened for gold on 4 hours time frame. So we could see what happened last week. Consolidated rallied up, FVG failed, and then it broke lower on Thursday, break of structure, and I want to see it go lower again and see if we can defeat this FVG by the end of this trading week, okay? And then attack these lows. Daily time frame, let's see if there's any FVG. Okay, if it disrespects this FVG, we're going to attack these lows, and then this also includes proximity with this and this. So this is the next point of call. Let's see how it's going to trade there. I feel we're going to see a large range week. That's what I feel that we're going to see this new trading week. It's going to be a large range week. Bitcoin, what do we have for Bitcoin? Weekly time frame, we had a bearish week, but it actually took out previous week's high. This high here, it took it out and then creating some form of equal highs as well. So we want to see a run again. Daily time frame, is any FVG? Daily time frame, nothing. It's just that we have potential of it going lower to this level, taking out this low inside this FVG, testing the old high before it goes higher. That could happen. It could still consolidate here and still rally higher. We just know that this is not a high yet. It's still going to go higher than this. All right, so that's the framework for this week. I expect that if dollar index on weekly, daily, and 4 hours time frame, if it maintains this level and then starts to break higher, 4 hours time frame might show us something here. 4 hours time frame, let's see it again. That these are equal lows and that price is very close to it, so it could smash it. But as long as it stays inside this range here, the high and the low of the inversion vision weekly time frame, as long as it stays within that range, then we could go higher. All right. But if it breaks below the inversion FVG, then we're going to be bearish. Okay, so that's it. So let's just watch. And so this is the deciding factor for either a long-term bearish movement or a long-term bullish movement for the dollar index. So this for me is what I consider as the deciding factor. Okay, so let's watch out for this. If this FVG, inversion FVG holds price as support, then we're going to go higher for higher prices. And then Euro USD, GBP USD, NZ USD, and AD USD, they are going to go lower. All right, I expect them to go lower because looking at GBP USD, we have movements, a lot of sets of liquidity resting below, and AD USD and NZ USD, they're already primed to go lower. Okay, gold is also primed to go lower, so that should give room for dollar index to actually, just go lower, still these equal lows and then rally higher. That is actually what I'm looking at. Okay, so that's the analysis for week 34. There is nothing really significant apart from what we've outlined. So go through the chart again, go through the recordings multiple times, and then take down the important points that I've noted. Okay, I want to wish you all the best in this new trading week. I'll see you guys next weekend for another episode of our weekly market analysis. Good night.